Hi everyone, I'm Court Morgan. Welcome to your practice. I'm so happy that you're here. This is a pretty short and sweet practice to help get out of the head and into the body. So we'll be using a style of practice called Somatic yoga, and we'll be on the ground, really close to the ground, largely the whole time. And this practice is really designed to help us start to feel into the body a bit more. So there is some nuance with it, but we don't have to overthink it. I'm going to ask you to sense and to feel quite a bit, and there will be pauses. So I know often we tend to use a really big, hearty practice or something that's very intense to try and get us out of the head. But I found that really this gentle way provides greater lasting results and sort of conditions the mind to find some sense of safety and ground within the body, rather than feeling like, oh, I have to chase a sensation or I have to chase a sense of intensity in order to find what I'm looking for, which is ultimately to feel not crazy. So we'll start very simply. You can see that I have a blanket on my mat. So if you would find that helpful, sometimes just being on the ground, it can be a little bit hard, but if you're on carpet or if you don't mind that feeling, you don't even need a mat for this practice, quite honestly. But if you'd like to, take a blanket, spread it out over your mat just so you're a little more comfortable and you can slide a little bit more easily. And then otherwise, we'll just start here. So coming to a comfortable seated position, a little cross-legged seat. Let's go ahead and bring one shin in front of the other, feet flexed. Right? And then we can walk the hands forward. And this doesn't have to be wildly big. You're just going to go for a little bit of sensation through the outer hips, maybe through the back. And give yourself the opportunity to sway or to rock a little bit. And to start to drop into the breath. So the breath doesn't always feel like a refuge for us when we're in a little bit of activation or a lot of activation. And that's totally fine. So if that starts to increase any feelings of that, then I want you just to focus on the sensations through the feet, the hips, the seat. So as we inhale, we can go ahead and rise up. Okay, and we'll take one leg out to the side. And bring the other foot to the floor. It really doesn't matter which side you're working on. And just take the feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. So you're in a bit of a V. We'll bring the bent leg side arm inside of the leg. So a little coat hanger there. And then take the opposite hand behind. Use that opposite hand to lift up nice and tall to turn the chest. And then rotate open. Right, so you're just giving the opportunity for the belly to loosen, for the back to loosen, for the breath to spread through the lungs, through the diaphragm. It's maybe turning the head for this last breath. And then let's inhale to look over the bent knee. And as you exhale, go ahead and unwind, come all the way out. Take your legs forward, straight in front of you. Fingertips can be down by your hips. And I'd like you just to push one heel at a time away. And just get this sensation. So you can see toes are pointed up to the ceiling. And we're pushing one foot away at a time. And you can feel this movement through the hips as well. And so we'll come back to the center. Right, and go ahead and swap your legs. So take the opposite shin in front. Walk the fingertips forward. Yeah, flex your feet. And then again, maybe introduce just a little sway, a little rock. Go ahead and open the jaw nice and wide. Wiggle it out. And all we're doing is just feeling into the sensations of the body. So as we inhale, we'll go ahead and rise up. Nice. Take that front leg out to the side, other foot to the floor. We'll bring the bent knee, arm inside of the leg. Take the opposite hand behind and just use that to lift up tall through the chest. Vault the chest to the ceiling to broaden the collarbones. And then from here, turn. And there's no need to be in a rush. There's no need to come into the deepest expression. So as you continue to turn, let the breath sort of move into the lungs a little more fully. Move into the back body. And on this last in-breath, we'll turn and look over that front knee, the bent knee. And exhale, go ahead and come all the way out. Nice. Let's take the legs in front again. Point the toes up to the ceiling, hands down by your sides. And once again, we'll just push one foot at a time in front. So feel the sensations. Maybe what's obvious is the feeling of your legs brushing against either a blanket or floor. That tactile sensation of skin. Maybe what's obvious is the feeling of the hips moving or of the breath. Nice. All right, when we come back to the center, let's go ahead and bend the knees, come all the way onto the back. One of the reasons I really love this practice is because it's very accessible. Right? So unlike doing a really strong HIIT class or something like that, I can do this even when I really don't feel like I have the energy to do anything else. So just pausing here, feet on the floor, knees bent. Okay. So I'd like you to imagine that you have a tennis ball on a string right in front of each knee. I don't know if you ever had that in your garage growing up. But just imagine that. So it's just like half an inch in front of each knee. And then you're going to try to press each knee one at a time into the tennis ball. So tapping that imaginary tennis ball. Right, so inhaling into the movement and exhaling as you release. So you might get some really nice yawns or some nice sighs. And if so, let them fly, let them happen. So as you continue, you might notice the sensation of the foot pressing on the floor, maybe the other foot lightening. And again, feeling the sensation of the back of the pelvis. You might notice that slight twisting of the pelvis is really mimicking the motion of walking. And see if we can just slow the movement down to half speed. So we go half as fast, feel twice as much. And then try to coordinate breath with movement. So we inhale as we press one knee forward and let the exhalation release. And inhaling the other side and exhale to release. Let's try that one more time on each side. Right. And as you come back to the center, go ahead and take a moment, pause, and again, just sense and feel. So noticing the contact points on the back of the body, the back of the head, the shoulders, the pelvis, the arms, the bottoms of the feet. And as you allow the mind to move into those spaces, just maybe feel how the body responds, how the rest of the body responds to that. So let's go ahead and take our feet as wide as the mat. And just one leg at a time. So let's keep the right knee pointed to the ceiling and drop your left knee towards the middle of the mat. So you'll roll to the instep of that left foot. Feel the rotation of that left hip and then exhale to come all the way out. Okay, and we'll keep the left knee pointed to the ceiling, dropping the right knee in towards the midline of the mat. And just inhaling as we press. And then exhale to come all the way out. Nice. We can be a little more fluid with this. So inhaling, dropping one knee in, and exhaling to come out. Inhaling as we move to the second side. And exhaling to release. And so sensing the shifting, maybe noticing the feeling of the hips moving, the body moving in space. Let the rest of the body be nice and loose. So if you tend to carry a lot of holding in the shoulders, you can let that go as much as possible. Right? If you're shifting around on your mat, it doesn't matter. Good. And then let's take this into full swings. So letting both knees drop out to the side and exhaling back to the center. And we can inhale, drop the knees to the other side and exhale back to the center. Good. Okay, so sensing into the hips, feeling this internal, external rotation of the legs. Letting the breath move through the belly, particularly the low belly here. Ooh, I just got a nice yawn. Good. And then we can come back to the center. Go ahead and lengthen both legs long. Arms by the sides. Pause, sense and feel just for about 10 seconds or so. And feeling the weight of the back of the body. The connectedness with the ground, with the earth. Let's go ahead and bring our arms into cactus arms. And we'll again point the toes up towards the ceiling, so like we did in the very beginning. And go ahead and stretch one foot away from you, so reaching that foot towards the opposite wall, and then exhale to let it go. Okay. And we'll stretch the other side, leg and foot, exhaling as you release. Let's do that one more time, just this, inhaling, pressing, and exhale to let it go. We'll inhale, take it the other way. Great, and let it go. Nice. So as you inhale, this time let's reach the same side arm as the leg that's reaching. And exhale. And we'll reach second side arm and leg away from each other. So it's a big side body stretch, and then exhale. Nice, almost like you're walking up a ladder. So just inhaling back to that first side. And exhale to let it go. We'll inhale to the second side. And exhale to release. Nice. Let's find one more on each side, maybe two. Not in a rush, not in a hurry. Right? That sense of urgency is just so pervasive. Let's do this one more time. Right, and all the way back to the center. So again, we can relax the arms by the sides, let the legs turn out. Now maybe starting to feel inside of the body a little bit more, so you might be sensing some tingling or vibration. There might be a little more sense of ease, possibly, or spaciousness. Okay, from here, we'll bend one knee at a time. Again, bring your feet to the floor. We'll interlace the hands behind the head. Take the elbows nice and wide. And as you inhale, go ahead and press the backs of the arms into the floor pretty strongly. Arch the back. All right, so feel the contraction on the back side of the body. And exhale, and then feel the release. So we inhale, pressing backs of arms into the floor, arch the back, contract the backside of the body. Take a big breath, swell the breath into the chest, into the ribs, into the belly, and then exhale, let it go. And feel the release. Okay, so now let's flow through on the breath. So inhaling, pressing backs of arms, arching the back. As you exhale, hug the elbows together. Curl the spine, drawing chin to the chest. Again, inhale, take the elbows wide, arching the back. Exhale as you hug the elbows together around the spine, chin curling towards the chest. So not so much a sit-up. Think of this as a spinal stretch. And we exhale. Right, this essential movement in somatic work of arch and flatten, because we tend to carry so much tension through the spine, so much holding through the pelvis and the low back. We just very gently, lightly tease out some of these knots that happen in the tissues. I'd like to invite you to round up and take the elbows to one side as you're curling up. So drawing the elbows towards one hip, and you can certainly roll on that bottom shoulder. So definitely not like a sit-up. Inhale, elbows nice and wide, arching, and exhaling to round up. And maybe take your elbows to the other hip, rolling on that other shoulder. And we come all the way back. Okay, so arching and rounding, finding little angles, different angles of twisting. So opening up some of the stuff through the upper trapezius, through the neck, all the paraspinals. And there's so many different angles that you could explore here. You really can't do it wrong. I think one of the things that when we get really up in the head, we start to doubt our intuition, start to doubt the wisdom of the body, start to doubt the wisdom that we've already earned through years of life. All of the things that we've encountered. And so you can follow that intuition here, right? Reconnecting to that. And as you're ready, we'll come up through the center one more time, and just pausing here, really rounding the spine, curling in. Feel the contraction through the front of the body this time. Okay. And then we inhale. Go ahead and release. Back of the arms to the floor, back of the head to the floor. Relax the arms. Feel the release of the body. As you pause and settle, sense the breath. Maybe noticing how the breath has changed, how it's shifted. Okay, so let's finish here just by bringing one ankle on top of the opposite knee. So right ankle on top of the left knee, flex your right foot, hands behind the back of the left thigh or to the front of that left shin. Totally up to you. Just drawing inward. Like I said, a short and sweet practice today. Something that you can easily return to when you need. As you hug the left knee in, maybe introducing any swaying, any rocking the head side to side. It's noticing the sensations. This might feel really good. If it feels good, just maybe ask yourself, where is the good? And what does that good feel like? So for me, I get some little tingling up through the spine. It feels like sunshine or soft rain. And we can exhale and release the left foot to the floor. We'll just swap it out. So right foot to the floor, left ankle on top of the right knee. Flex your left foot, hands behind the back of the right thigh or to the front of the right shin. And again, as you come in here, again, just letting whatever's obvious be obvious. So the good sensation maybe through the outer hip. Maybe a yawn happens, maybe a little swaying happens. So good. And just this quiet moments of being just you in your body. As you're ready to let that go, go ahead and let it go. Nice. We'll take the arms out to the side. Let's try and bring the instep of the feet together. So just the inner border of the feet. And we'll drop the legs over to the side. I like to keep the both feet in contact with the floor. As you come back to the center, then you can drop your knees the other way. If you're familiar with skiing moguls, this might feel familiar to you. So as we drop the knees side to side, we're just arching the back again, sending the knees away. Nice. Feel free to pause anywhere you need to pause, just in this last movement. Right. Nice. And if you have time to rest on your back for a few minutes, find a shavasana that's comfortable. If you're ready to move on, then you can just roll to one side, bring your hands to the floor, come up to a seat. Just orienting to this upright position. Feeling the connection, head over pelvis. Shoulders nice and dropped. Sensing the depth of the breath. So bring our hands to heart center. Bow the chin. Share the merit of our practice. May our practice be for not only our great benefit, but for the benefit of all who we encounter. As we shift our own perspective, drop out of activation, and move through the world a little more smoothly. So may our practice be for the benefit of all beings. May all beings everywhere be free. Thank you so much for your practice.